Hello there. So I spent some time after the last video deliberating whether I wanted my first bit of content to be a serious topic or maybe even controversial topic, or if I wanted it to be like a sillier topic, because I mentioned in the original video that some of the things I had to say didn't really matter all that much, but I just wanted to say anyway because I think they're fun or interesting. And I decided to go with the latter option, just to ease myself into all this a bit. But before I begin, I have a special, very, very special guest. In just a moment. And he's a tiny little moo cow. Isn't he cute? Say hi. This is Buddy. This is Buddy. A lot of people probably already know. A lot of you already know who Buddy is. He is my mom and dad's dog, and they are going to pick up Mare for the holidays, and so I am looking after him today. So I thought this would be just the perfect day to do this video, so he could be our little guest star. Good boy. All right. So, anyway, on to the actual video. Alright, so I recently attended my siblings' graduation in Minneapolis. Congratulations to them if they see this. I mean, I already congratulated you, but still, it's amazing and commendable, so congratulations. Again. So, I've had school-related things on the brain for the past while. For the past little while. Yeah, so, sometimes you'll see people, make, letter grades, stand for something like A's for awesome, or B's for beautiful, or best, or C's for congratulations, I don't know, things like that. I thought it'd be interesting for me to say what I would make them stand for. I know, it's very hard. You have the hardest job in this whole thing. So, yeah. That's all this video is. So, I guess if you're not interested, click off. If you are, I don't know why you clicked on it in the first place. So, I'm gonna start with D. I know that sounds weird. Like, what, Joel, you should probably start with A or F. But I'm gonna start with D, because of just, I don't know, when I was going through this whole thing on my own, it sounded better when I did. And so I would make D stand for dread. Because, that was the grade I always dreaded most. I didn't really ever dread an F, because you kind of really had to be trying very hard to fail. Or not trying at all. D is despite your best efforts, you just failed anyway. So, that could have worked too, but that's too long. So D is dread, because it's the dreaded D. Very simple. And that kind of ties into, what F is. And F, oops, I guess it's still a little too late for a profanity disclaimer. But F stands for fuck it. Because it's you basically have to try to fail. It's well, if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail as hard as I possibly can. I'm gonna make a day of it. I'm gonna make it a big deal. Wow, you really went all in on that failure, or you just didn't try. Because if you're gonna, a D is basically failing anyway, in my experience. So if you're gonna get a D, you might as well get an F. So F stands for fuck it. C, yeah, I think would stand for this one's rather self-explanatory. I think C would stand for consider yourself average. Because it's middle of the road. And yeah, it's average. B would have to be Well, I think B better. Because whenever you get a B, it's like, I mean, you're like teachers and stuff are like, I mean, it's okay, but you could do better. So maybe get an A next time. It's not important. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. It's like even if you worked your ass off for that B, it's like it doesn't. It's almost like it doesn't matter unless you got an A. So it's like, yeah, be better. An A. This one might sound a little more depressing than the others. Okay, I know. We don't like depressing things here. I know. A stands for all right. Now do it again. And the reason behind this is just, and this isn't completely reflective of mine or even anybody I know's experiences, or maybe it is, and I'm just hitting the nail on the head amazingly. But it felt, not always maybe, but it kind of felt like to me when you got an A that like even if it was your first A ever after like a string of maybe like B's, C's, maybe even D's, you just got that A. Seemed like that's what the entirety of most everybody around you just suddenly expected of you. Oh, you got one A? You're an A student. Okay. And I'm like, no, that A's a rarity. I earned it, but it's not necessarily just what I'm going to get for every single thing now. It's like, awesome, you got the highest grade, but now you got to do it a billion more times to make us even remotely proud. That's what it kind of felt like to me. And that's about it, really. I do plan on making sort of a... you'll know what I mean when I actually make it and upload it. But I'm thinking about making sort of like a part 2 to this in the near future. Talking about the more serious side of my... serious... I don't know, more in-depth opinions on this topic of like a grading scale and such. But I didn't want to make that the same video as this because I didn't want it to be too lengthy because, oh my gosh, cut this down as much as I could and it's still like 8 minutes. Yeah, so I just wanted to make it its own video, like a part 2. Yeah. Before I go, I also just want to thank everybody that commented on Facebook on your input and the amount of support I got. I guess I didn't expect a lot of people to reject it, in spite of what I said. But I definitely didn't expect to get very... Again, I don't know what I expected, but I was caught off guard by the amount of support I caught. I just... Thank you. Thank you for... I don't know, listening. Alright, now, gonna end the video. Say bye, buddy. Sorry, I'll let you nap after this. Bye. You gotta look at the camera. Bye.